Hello, I'm RVM Castor of Likha Verde Bioplastics, and I'm here to discuss about our process analysis. First, what is process analysis? Process analysis is the action of conducting a review and gaining an understanding of business processes. It involves reviewing the components of a process, including the inputs, outputs, procedures, controls, employees, and even the transportation. It is used to fix a process to avoid a bottleneck in a production system, whether to standardize a process or a process that will be handled with an employee, whether to automate a process, to know the performance of the employees, and lastly, for the flexibility of the company or for its expansion. So, using process analysis, we can tell the output of our production costs and revenues. First, I will show you the visual presentation that groups functional areas responsible for different sub-processes. Um, in this flowchart or the swim lane flowchart, I made uh, 5 departments. First, the department for customer, sales department, operations department, finance department, and this should be marketing department, but there's a typo error, so I'm sorry. So first, this is a flowchart for the order processing of a customer. So when a customer go to our website or email us, he will submit a quotation, request for quotation, or request for a product with the specific terms or prices. That's meaning of quotation. So after the sales department receive the request, we will prepare the quotation with standard terms and submit the quotation back to the customer. And the customer will respond to our standard quotation. If the customer receive it, the sales department will just submit the order to operations manager for review. But if the customer did not accept our quotation or terms, we will prepare a product quotation with requested terms, and the revised quotations will send back to the customer for them to respond until they say yes. And after submitting the order to the operations manager for review, the operations department will check for available inventory. And inside that inventory, is it sufficient or no? If the products is already sufficient for operations, we will approve the order. But if no, we will reject the order and goes the Department of Operations the Department of Operations will reject the order and send back to the sales department for them to request for production deadline. And the revised production deadline will send back to the customer for process order response. And this usually the revised production deadline usually in terms of for the orders to be made in a specific time. So after the customer has read the revised production deadline, if the customer did not accept it, we will reject the order and send back to the customer with a response of order cancel. But if they accept it, we will approve the order and send back to the sales department for request credit approval, and this approval or response will go to our finance department. If the credit is approved, we will ask for special terms. But if no, we will just request special terms. If there is special terms, we will request for special terms. But if there is no special terms, we will just accept the order for processing. But if yes, the request special terms will be sent to the marketing department. this should be marketing department, for them to evaluate the special terms requested by the customer, because the marketing department are the experts in handling for the demands, the markets, and the prices, for para hindi malugi yung company or plant. So after evaluating the special terms, it will send back to the finance and ask if it is accepted. If not, we will just reject the order and send back to the customer with a response of order cancel. But if the terms are accepted, the finance will accept the order process and send back to the customer with a response of approved order. And the customer, this flow chart will just continue to the sales department for process production and inform the operations department to produce the required quotation or the products that is needed for shipping back to the customer. And that is our swim lane flowchart for bioplastics, Likha, Verde. And next, for the product quality or the quality control or product control, process control. The data analysis for bottlenecking or process failure. The data analysis is used for the product quality and the processing control. For example, if a customer received damaged products and inaccurate measurements, first, our team will make a checklist containing what are the damages or what are the flaws of our product. So we will label it A, B, C, and we will get the total. As you can see here, the total is 59 damaged products. So that's a huge number. So we will make a Pareto chart. So as you can see here, the number of failures is here, and the process failures or the number of process failures is here. So as we can see, the most common flaw or damage is with the products that has ragged edges, which is 50. Next, after analyzing the number of damages products or what are the operations that has its flaws in the operations department, we will find what is causing the flaw or the damage. So I will give an example because the ragged edges is the most common. So what are the causes of the ragged edges? We will see first if the material is underdeveloped or the polymers that we will use, which is PLA, if it is underdeveloped and not suitable for the process, or it has a specific mechanical properties that resisting the process. Next is the people or the manpower. If there is proper training for them or there is not proper training, it is either we eliminate them, terminate them, or give them a evaluation, and whether the employees have absence or they have miscommunications. Next is in the process. Maybe the process has a wrong setup, the machine has wrong speed, or the machine maintenance is not good for the production. Maybe the machine is broken or has a flaw. And lastly, the others. This usually the factors that are not covered here. So what are those? Environment. Maybe the plastic is has a reaction with the temperature or the pressure inside the plant. Whether the schedule has changes, this usually happens for the not ragged edges. This usually happens for the late products. And lastly, there should have here a part where the transportation, whether the products is been damaged during the transportation. That's all Thank you for listening and I hope you learned something from it.